I have actually featured Dufrane watches on my channel a few times. I featured the Dive watch and their GMT watches. Both of those watches are hand assembled in the United States. This is their new Waterloo. It is their venture into the dress watch realm, and these are also hand assembled in the United States. These get automatic movements. This is the automatic with the SW200, and then this is their Quartz movement. It comes in very similar packaging, as you can see, just a leather pouch for both of these. Inside, of course, you just get a watch and then a little warranty information and operation of the actual watch. That's this little pamphlet right there. Same thing on the automatic, and then you just get a little insert. It's a little leather insert to protect the watch, I guess, when you're traveling. And this is actually pretty decent travel pouch for one watch. I obviously would not put more than one watch in here, so if you're going on, an overnight trip and you want to bring two watches, that's a pretty good little pouch for that. And here are the watches. So you can see in my right hand I have the automatic, in my left I have the Quartz. Both of these have very similar linen dials, and they also have a really nice cutout that goes around the dial, and that is the minute track and the indices. There is Lume under there on the 12, 3, 6, and 9, which is nice for a dress watch. There are some slight differences between the two watches. You can see there is a larger crown on the automatic version. Also, the automatic version is thicker. Both of these watches are 39 millimeters, or just about 39 millimeters. I measured just a little bit under that. And then the lug to lug is 47 millimeters. However, the Quartz is 8.8 millimeters thick, while the automatic is 10.4 millimeters thick. So both of them pretty thin. Obviously, the SW200 is what powers the automatic, so that is why it makes it a little bit thicker. The Ronda 715 is what powers the Quartz, so that makes it obviously thinner. The advantage of the Quartz is its thinness, and then the advantage of the automatic is that it is an automatic watch, and obviously still pretty thin when considered. The other differences that you see here are the hands. The hands on the automatic are blued steel. Those are heat blued. And then on the Quartz, you get silver colored hands. You have a date at 6 o'clock on both of these. Very similar cases, as I mentioned. The finishing is very similar, except for on the back. The back of the watch on the Quartz has some polishing, while the automatic does not. I don't know why they went that route, and doesn't really make a difference at all in wearability. It's just a little bit visually different. Screwed in case backs, 100 meters water resistance. You do not get signed screwed in crowns, however they are signed. And then you do get drilled lugs. You get a really nice bespoke buckle on here, signed Dufrane. These are like sort of custom buckles, look really nice. Very similar straps as well. This is sort of a little bit nicer, I would say, on the automatic, but marginally nicer, almost really very similar actually. It's just you have some contrast stitching on this brown strap, black strap you don't, which I don't think is a very big deal. And the prices are obviously different. So $299 for the Quartz, $575 for the automatic. Obviously more expensive because you're getting an SW200. Both of them are hand assembled in the United States, which is also another little added bonus. And I always really like to point that out when you have a brand that actually hand assembles in the United States. It does add money to the price of that watch. It costs money to do that in the United States. So there you have it. I was actually gifted this Quartz watch, so I will be wearing this and I will do a full review on it eventually. The automatic does need to go back to Dufrane, so I will be trying to do a full review on this, but I think it needs to go back pretty soon, so I'm not sure that I can. However, let me throw them on my wrist, and then we'll do a quick lume shot because there is lume on these. And the dials on here are really, really bright, but I think that in normal lighting, it looks a little bit different because this is studio lighting. I think I'll do some video of these in actual daylight outside and stuff like that, so you guys could see what these actually look like in a more realistic situation. But very quickly, let me throw it on my wrist. Today I have on my Mito Ocean Star Tribute. This is sort of their vintage diver with the Powermatic 80. Rapidly becoming one of my favorite and go-to Swiss-made, sort of affordable divers. Really, really love it. So I'm going to throw the automatic on my wrist first. This is slightly thicker. As I mentioned, I have a 7.5-inch wrist, and this is a 39 millimeter watch, or just about 39 millimeters. I measured about 38.5 millimeters. You can see it wears really nicely on my 7.5-inch wrist. It feels really nice. These are comfortable watches. And like I said, it's named the Waterloo. The brand is actually located in Texas. Steven, the owner of the brand, is a really great guy. Definitely, give him a shout if you are interested in one of these watches. $299. This is actually on sale right now, I believe, for $299, which is a really good price. So definitely check out their website. I'll put a link to their website in the description below. So here is the Quartz version on my wrist. So now the Quartz version does feel a little bit lighter than the SW200 version, which is expected because you have a Quartz movement in there. And then also it wears thinner. So you could see it's almost a 2 millimeter difference of thickness, and that does make a big difference. 8.8 millimeters is really, really good, especially when considering a dress watch. These look really sharp on the wrist. They are very, very bright dialed, but they're not hard to read at all because the hands on here are sort of a black polish. You can see it does stand out pretty well against that white background. However, I think that the automatic is a little bit more visually legible than the Quartz version because of those blued hands. It actually is very, very stark contrast, so it's very easy to read. You do have Lume on the tips of those hands, so like I said, we'll do a quick Lume shot right now and then wrap up the video. You also get quick release on the strap and milled end links. Drilled lugs. Very useful, very easy for changing if you want to do that. So very quickly, a quick Lume shot, and then we'll wrap up the video. There you have it. Lume, not the strong point of this watch. However, actually pretty interesting how it is applied. I really like that they did sort of a sandwich. So it's like a sandwich dial. It's like a layered dial. You have the linen part in the middle, and then a little ring of steel that goes around that's brushed, really nicely brushed. And then you get that Lume that is underneath. So it's a sandwich. It is a dress watch, so having any Lume is appreciated, but you can see it's already faded on the Quartz version. The automatic version is holding on a little bit more. It's just faded on those hands. It's very hard to capture on the actual camera. You can see it in person a little bit, but it's definitely fading quicker than the automatic, so the automatic must have a little bit more Lume applied to those actual hands. And you can see just when I move it, the second hand also has some Lume, so you can see that it's actually running. Interesting that they put the Lume as they did on here. I think it's kind of a cool little little extra, I guess, for a dress watch. I wish they lumed it a little bit more. I think it would be a little bit more, especially on the Quartz version. That would have been nice. However, nothing too bad, nothing to complain about. Anyway, tell me what you think of these watches in the description below. I really like Dufrane watches in general. I think they make really nice watches. Check out their dive watch. It's really a cool watch, and it's actually a very, very affordable watch, and so is their GMT. I think their GMT is like $899, and has a rotating bezel, and it has that Salida 330 in it. So they actually pay attention to the details, which I like, and I always say that's very important when it comes to a watch. It's the little details. So check out their website. I'll put a link to their website in the description below. Please add a comment below. I really want to hear from you guys. Please also don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. It's super helpful for the channel, and I very much appreciate it. Please follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is WatchChrisBlog. I have some links in the description. Those links are to Amazon. If you click those links and buy anything, it helps support the channel. It doesn't cost you anything extra. However, I very much appreciate it. Anyway, thank you for logging on. I'll catch you guys in the next video.